hire employees from very different locations, backgrounds, cultures, and worldviews, which can create a breeding ground for disagreements and lead to conflict. This kind of employee to employee conflict is common, but doesn't have to lead to aggression or long-term discomfort. The key is to identify and resolve conflicts quickly and effectively so they don't grow into larger or more ongoing problems. Gail, I believe you said you got a Facefolio post about this very topic. Will you read it to us, and then we'll explore some conflict resolution techniques?
Sure, I'm more than happy to. The letter says, Dear Gail, I'm a manager of a team and I need help guiding some team members. Joey and Laura are working together on a presentation for an upcoming department meeting when a conflict surfaced. Joey spent hours researching info to include in the slideshow, while Laura went to the store to buy various props and visual aids to make the presentation more colorful and entertaining. With only 5 hours left until the presentation is due, they haven't actually started making the presentation, and as they fall more and more behind schedule, they become anxious and agitated. Each one blames the other one for wasting time, and they disagree on how to proceed to complete their task. This conflict is driving me crazy. Please help. I always appreciate your advice. Thanks, Concerned Manager.
Thanks for sharing that with us, Gail. This reminds me of something my cousin would say. You can't put feathers on a dog and call it a chicken. What do you think, Gail?
Dogs and chickens? So I'm not really sure about all that, Dr. Bill, but I do know that the first step to resolving a conflict between employees is to clearly define the cause of the issue. Find a quiet place away from public areas and, if possible, ask a supervisor or neutral third party to assist the mediation. Then take a moment to discuss what led to the conflict in the first place. This puts the focus on a moment of agreement. If you can agree on how and why the conflict arose and what the conflict is, that's a really good place to start. Make sure both sides get a chance to explain their perspective and define the situation in their own terms. Try to gather as much information as possible, then look for where both versions overlap.
Hey, Gail, look. Joey and Laura just responded live on Facefolio. Let's see what they have to say. I'll read Joey's. Joey wrote, I was researching the topic all morning to make sure we used the correct information in the presentation, and when I was done, I realized that Laura had just been shopping for 3 hours. She hadn't actually done anything to contribute to the presentation. What did Laura say?
Well, Laura says, I thought our topic seemed a little boring, so my first thought was to brainstorm ways to make our presentation more fun and creative. I bought fun props and craft supplies to make unique visual aids for the presentation, and Joey was still just sitting there on his computer Googling info instead of building the presentation. So let's analyze this. Both Joey and Laura want to create a good presentation, but they have different ideas about what makes a presentation good. That's the conflict.
That's what I think too. Most conflicts arise from a need not being met. When someone doesn't get what they need to feel safe or appreciated, they become agitated, worried, sad, or angry. In a situation like this, they both should take a moment to think about what's important to each of them on a deeper level. They should each try to explain what specific needs they have in this situation that aren't being met. Then allow the other person to explain their own needs.
Oh, wow, I love technology. We can actually see how we're helping in real time. Our troubled team members have responded again.
You're right, look at that. Joey just posted, it's really important to me that our presentation is filled with correct, up-to-date information. I was raised by scientists, so accuracy matters to me. I need to feel confident that I'm presenting the best possible information.
Well, and Laura says, it's really important to me that our presentation isn't boring. I'm an entertainer at heart, and I need to feel like I'm doing something people will find interesting and entertaining. I need to feel creative.
One way to resolve conflicts between employees is to identify at least one common goal. If nothing else, the common goal may be just to resolve the conflict. When both parties agree they want to end the conflict at hand, they're already on the way to making it happen. In the case of Joey and Laura, the conflict arose from different values. Joey values accuracy, while Laura values art. Neither is right or wrong, so they feel stuck, but both of them want the presentation to be good. Defining a goal they both agree on will help them join forces to achieve that shared goal, taking the focus off their different opinions.
Bill, that's brilliant. Your brother couldn't have said it better himself.
Actually, he's my cousin.
Okay, well, here's my advice to the concerned manager. Have Laura and Joey create a goal together. Outline the main points of the presentation in the next 2 hours. Once the shared goal is met, each person can spend the remaining time working on their own goals. For example, Joey will fill in the outline with details from his research, and Laura can create visual aids for each section of the outline.
When dealing with conflicts between colleagues or coworkers, remember not to judge, blame, name call, or make the situation worse by letting your emotions take over.